And now, the news.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It is June 26th and time for this week's Friday Funnies. And I thought we'd all enjoy the funnies this week sitting around the breakfast table enjoying a cup of coffee. Because in the words of philosopher Alice Cooper, school's out for summer. It is that time of the year when the school systems unleash their charges to roam free for the entire summer, and there is nothing we can do about it. It's like the Mariel boat lift for teenagers. Thousands of kids will soon be underfoot and in your way, so I suggest you have a good laugh while you still can. And I hope this helps. All right, our first two stories start off with the adage, birds of a feather flock together. Very good, very good. What I'd like to know this week are our fowls, our friends, or our foes? Two stories point up two different sides. Let's start out in Polson, Montana, where Jane Claremont raises therapy birds. She has a rooster and a Cornish game hen that she likes to take to retirement homes so the old-timers can pet them. Now, normally dogs are reserved for this kind of rehabilitation, but Miss Claremont claims that her birds can be just as soothing. And come to think of it, what old-timer that you know hasn't said at one time in his life, "Hey, you want to pet my chicken?" Anyhow, the last time she visited, the retirement home that night served chicken for dinner, and several of the retirees were rather confused, and more than one started to pet their dinner. All right, that's the good side of the birds. Now the bad side of the birds. This happened in Oshawa, New York. That's a fun place, isn't it? Oshawa. Say it with me. Oshawa, New York. All right. Anyhow, up there, Scott Fisher was driving his manure truck down the road. That's right, a manure truck. A big semi-tractor trailer full of manure. And do you think you have a bad job? Anyhow, he's driving that down the road. He's got the windows open for obvious reasons, and a turkey flies into the cab of his truck, which startled him without a doubt. And he tried to shoo the turkey out the window, but turkeys are big birds. They don't shoo very well, and a fight ensued, and Scott wound up crashing his poop wagon into a ditch. Now, he was all right. The turkey also escaped without injury, and the manure was shoveled up into another truck and sent on to its original destination, Capitol Hill, where it will be used in speeches. Let me have a sip of coffee after that one. All right, I have often said that a life of crime is a job for idiots. And that has been proven once again in Salem, Oregon. A 48-year-old man was running away from police. He was leading them on a high-speed chase, and they took those spike strips and laid them in the road ahead of him, and he ran over them, and his car immediately came to a halt, so he jumped out of his car, ran into the woods in order to avoid capture. And he was hiding in the woods, and it almost worked because police couldn't find him. And then his cell phone went off. Can you find me now? Anyhow, police followed the ringing cell phone and caught the man, took away his phone, and put him into a different cell without a phone. If you have ever been to a Jimmy Buffett concert, you know that there's a mild amount of drinking that goes on. And by mild amount, I mean each concert goer tries to consume their own body weight in alcohol. And I think that's what might have happened in Toms River, New Jersey, where a group of friends were attending the Jimmy Buffett concert when one of the poor devils passed out. And his friends thought it would be fun to stick him in the baggage compartment of a tour bus. And it wasn't the same bus they came on. So they put this guy in the baggage compartment, and the poor bastard woke up 90 miles from home. Oh man, that brings back memories. One more sip. Finally, in Richfield, Wisconsin, a group of friends left a drunken golfer buddy of theirs on the golf course. They thought, hey, let's stick him in the bottom of a tour bus, but they said, no, let's just leave him in the bar and get the heck out of here. And this guy was drinking, and eventually he realized, hey, I now need a ride home. So he jumped in the first available golf cart and started on towards home down the highway 40 miles away. They caught up with him after about a mile or two, and they charged him with a DUI, and he said, I've only had like 10 beers. I don't think I'm intoxicated. But when given a field sobriety test, he belched the alphabet. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thanks so much for joining me with a morning cup of coffee and the Friday Funnies. I'm going to be taking a few days off because I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, that's the ticket. I'll see you next week.